Hello beautiful people and welcome back to Life of a Dreamer. My name is Darian Wright. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today I am so freaking excited because my home laser hair removal tool finally came in the mail and I am so excited to try this out. So y'all stay tuned if y'all want to find out what it's all about. So before we get into the demo and my experience, I'm going to kind of talk about what this laser hair removal tool is, what brand I got, all that kind of good stuff. And I have some notes down here, so if I'm looking down, please forgive me. I just don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing and I don't want to ramble too much. So first off, I got this at-home laser hair removal tool. It just says IPL and that's what kind of laser it is. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But the brand I got is Luxe Skin, and I'm also going to talk about that. I'll link down below where you guys can find everything. Of course, everything will be in the description bar. So IPL, that stands for Intense Pulse Light, which is a high-powered flashes of filtered light. So it's not laser. Laser is something that you have to go to a specialist to get done, and it's a little bit different, and you can do this at home. This is not UV or harmful light. It won't hurt you. It can burn you if it's too high for like what you can take in a pain level in your skin, but it's not a harmful like sun ray light. It says that it will reduce the number of hairs and not permanently reduce hair growth. So that's with laser hair removal as well. It's going to kind of shrink those follicles and damage them, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be permanent no hair growth. So it'll grow back less and thinner, less coarse hair, but it's not permanent. And if you stop getting your sessions or doing the IPL at home, then the hair will go back. So for anyone getting laser hair removal or doing this at home, it's not a permanent solution. Like, it's still gonna go back. It's just gonna go back less frequently. It's gonna go back thinner and usually in patches. So I'll take that. I'm perfectly fine with that. It also says that you should check with your doctor or dermatologist before you start something like this. You know, there are flashes of light, so if you're sensitive to that, if you have any kind of medical conditions with your skin as well, you don't want to just jump into this at home. So it says that with IPL, light is absorbed into dark pigments of hair, so it is not recommended for people with darker skin tones or very pale hair, so like super blonde hair, red hair, or gray hair. So you just want to keep that in mind because it does, like I said, attach to the hair color. If it can't identify the difference between your skin and the color, you will burn yourself. So there are a few differences between laser hair removal and IPL. So I'm gonna kind of list those things so that you can decide if you want to find a way to remove hair, if you want to do laser hair removal or IPL at home. Lasers use one wavelength to target specific chromosphere, which is dark matter, and that dark matter is melanin. It says it's able to go deeper and is more direct. So laser hair removal is very specific. IPL just kind of flashes the lights on different sections and it goes down into that hair follicle. Lasers specifically target the hair follicle. It says that lasers can treat all skin tones and IPL cannot. So you want to keep that in mind. Like I said earlier, darker skin tones, lighter hair, it's not the best idea to try this at home. And then with laser, they're 6 to 8 weeks apart, and then with IPL you can do it every week, so it's more frequent, but you know, it just depends on your preference and what you have going on. So the laser hair removal tool that I got is from Luxe Skin. So I found this, or actually it found me through like Instagram and Facebook ads. I have been seeing ads for like laser hair removal tools just for like weeks and weeks randomly. They were probably listening to me saying something about laser hair removal tool because I'm obsessed with hair removal. But yeah, this one found me and it cost $59 plus $2.95 for tax and $7.95 for shipping and handling. So all together it was $69.90. All of this information that I'm about to read is from the Luxe Skin website. There's a lifetime warranty and a 90-day money-back guarantee, and pretty much all of the IPL home hair removal videos that I watched, most people were saying that they started to see results after the 3rd or 4th session. So that's like the 3rd or 4th week. So you have 90 days to get your money back. I think it's worth the risk to try it and wait for shipping. Obviously shipping took a little bit longer because we're going through all this coronavirus stuff. It took a little over 2 weeks, if I recall. The Luxskin website says that this laser or this IPL is able to be used on any part of the body, including face and Brazilian, so you can literally laser your whole body, which is my intentions. You don't need to use glasses if you're gonna wear it. I know with laser hair removal treatments, the person doing the treatments, they have to wear glasses, and I think the person getting the treatments may have to wear glasses. I'm not sure, I can't remember, don't quote me on that. But with this, you don't have to use any kind of glasses. I'm not sure if you should look right into it. There are flashes of lights, but you know, you don't have to protect your eyes. You probably should if you want to, but it's not required. Some of the questions that I kind of figure people are gonna ask, and also some questions that I found on the website, I'm gonna answer for you guys before I get into the demo. One of the main questions obviously is, does it hurt? In my experience, I tried a few parts already. It didn't hurt. I started off on level 1 and I went all the way up to 3. Certain parts, 3 was too much. Like the darker parts of my skin, 3 kind of burned me, which kind of sucks because I know I'm not the darkest on the shade of like African American or just brown skin tones, period. So there's not much room to move here. The fact that it was burning me on like level 2 and 3 on certain areas, or I shouldn't say burning, it wasn't burning, but it tingled a bit. That doesn't give us much room to move with darker skin tones. So I will say that I did notice a little bite. So it just depends, but does it hurt initially? No, level 1 is not bad and you can always adjust it. If level 1 burns you, you probably just don't want to continue to do it. Some people ask, how long does it take? It just depends on the area that you're doing. If you're just doing your armpits, that'll take a few minutes. I want to do my entire body. So what I am going to do is I have my self-care Sundays anyway. I just relax. I'll put on a show that I want to binge on Netflix and just go, you know, as I'm watching the show. So it could take however long it needs to take for you. I did notice that at some points the laser seemed like it would kind of heat up, and that's where that red light flashing comes in, and I'll show you guys that later. And I'm not sure if that's what that red light means, that it's heating up. I don't know, but I would just kind of take it down a little bit, take it slow, let it rest for a minute, and then go back to it. So how long it takes just depends on you. Also, people want to know how long until they see results. Like I said, a lot of the IPL videos from different, you know, home hair removal tools that I had watched, most people were saying no matter what the tool was or what brand the tool was, that they were seeing results after the 3rd or 4th session. So that's 3 or 4 weeks if you're doing it every week. On the website, it says that 12 sessions are recommended before you start to see permanent results, even though the results are not permanent. And then after that, you can do it once a month for 3 months just for maintenance. On the website, it had a question about how long would the laser last, and it said for 300,000 flashes, which I guess from the math that they did equals up to 10 years as used directed. So there's that. You probably won't have to buy another one for a long time. It also said not to go over tattoos or freckles or moles. So that could pose a problem if your body is covered in freckles or anything like that. So I don't know. I'm gonna avoid my tattoos and any moles or anything like that that I have. This is the box that it came in. Here is the instruction user manual and the laser itself, the main button, power adapter, the laser, and the power button. And then you just get the little power adapter. So I'm going to show you guys a quick little demo on how I use the laser on my arms. So first you're gonna, of course, want to make sure that it's plugged in. And once you plug it in, you're gonna see this flashing green light, and that is the power button. You hit that once and that turns it on. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It kind of sounds like a fan, so that lets you know it's on. And the more times you hit that power button, these lights right here are gonna go up, and that means you're just increasing the level of intensity. You have this red light that kind of flashes. I think that's when, it doesn't say in the instructions, but I think it flashes because like the laser is getting overworked and you just need to kind of calm down a little bit. At least that's what I take it to mean as. So yeah, the more you press the power button, it's gonna go up 1 level. And I've already tested this on myself, so I know that level 2 or 3 is good for me. So I'm gonna put it on 3. And this says to avoid tattoos and stuff like that because it can fade your tattoo. So I'm gonna avoid that area. And I'm just going section by section. And it doesn't hurt. It feels like a tiny little scratch. but obviously if you turn it up too high, it can burn you. So you want to start off very low and go higher for like personal preference. And that's it. So before I close this video out, I want to kind of wrap things up for you guys, because initially this video was just going to be like the demo of the IPL and me kind of giving you guys some tips and like my experiences with it. But it's been so long since I started that first part of this video. It's been about 6 or 7 sessions. I don't want to say weeks because I did miss a few weeks of doing the IPL at home. So I think I'm on like my 6th or 7th session with the IPL. So much has gone on, but I do want to update you guys. I was going to do like some update videos later on, but here we are. So right now I'm just going to update you guys on how my experiences have been. I definitely did burn myself. I can't remember if I mentioned that before, but I burned myself on the side of my mouth, but it's almost completely gone. If you watch my dark spot videos and stuff like that, I talked to you guys about that based on the products I'm using. It like disappeared super fast. I burned myself right here, and that's taken a little bit longer to go away. And like I said on my other videos, I'll link those for you guys. That wasn't the actual laser that burned me. I was like going and not giving the machine a time to like cool down. So what burned me was when I put it back on my skin after so many flashes, the glass burned me. So that is something for you guys to notice and be careful of if you're gonna try this IPL at home. Let it cool down after a few burns. You don't want to keep it on your skin. That glass will burn you and leave marks. But I kind of want to update you guys and break it down, and everybody's hair is different, so I want to break it down into like thinner hair areas versus like more coarser hair and thicker hair areas. For me, my thinner hair areas are like my upper lip and like my arms. If you were to pluck like a hair from those areas, they're super thin. They're super bendy. They're like light and like thin colored or lightly colored, you know what I mean? They're just thin hairs. I did notice after like the 3rd or 4th session that it took so much longer for these hairs to grow back in these areas. I didn't really notice any patchiness, but just overall it took a while for them to grow back. I looked up after a few weeks and was like, I haven't had to like shave my mustache. Not shave, but like, maintain the mustache area, ladies. Yeah, so that, I wouldn't say it's completely gone, but definitely like taking much longer to grow back. And when it does grow back, it's much thinner and less noticeable. So that's awesome. Like, obviously you can't tell right now because I have on makeup, but that's super awesome. Also, like I said, the arm area taking so much longer. It was a little patchy in that area, but overall just like less growth and taking much longer to grow. For my thicker, my legs, it's not super coarse, but it's definitely thicker than my face and my arm. That hair I did notice patches, and obviously when you shave and do the IPL, you're shaving all the hair at the same time. So noticing that areas were patchier with either no hair or like smaller hairs, that means that the hair is taking longer to grow or not really growing in those areas. So that's super great. After about 3 to 4 sessions, I noticed that difference, and I was really happy about that. And also the hair was taking longer to grow back on my legs, so I'm super excited about that, because me personally, I could shave in the morning and have hair on my legs by the end of the day. So I'm super excited about that. It's not super sparse. It is a little bit thinner when it grows back, but it's still gonna take time. But those areas alone, definitely worth the investment, I think, for me personally, just because it's saved me. So it does take a long time to do the IPL all over your whole body if that's what you're gonna do, but it saves me so much time on like other things. And also, so the main areas that I wanted to focus on were my upper lip, my legs, and my underarms, because those are areas that like people see, and if you're gonna wear like dresses and stuff, you want to maintain it, and nobody wants to walk around with a big mustache. You know what I'm saying? So so the other area was my armpits, and I haven't really noticed a lot of change in that area. I can't really say that it's taken longer to grow back or it's gotten thinner. It's kind of still the same, so that's a little disappointing, because I really was wanting to get rid of the hair in my underarm area. So those are just the differences that I've seen thus far. I will give you guys another update video, especially after the 12th session. I won't say 12th week, because you know, I have missed a few weeks. I haven't been super organized with this, and just so much stuff has happened in between these weeks. So after the 12th session, I will definitely update you guys. I won't leave you hanging. So I hope this video helped you guys out and gave y'all some information for the brown skin people out there that are interested in IPL, because like I said, I didn't find much information for our skin tones out there. Just be careful with the highness of the laser. I do about number two, like 2 dots. 3 burned me. I did have some burns like on my arms, but I didn't know I was getting burned, if that makes sense. It just left these like zigzag marks on me, and I was like, when did that even happen? So it didn't hurt me. I just noticed that later I looked like I came off of a grill on some parts of my legs and some parts of my arms. So those burns didn't hurt like the one on my face and right here. But I did notice that I had brown marks, which was weird, but they went away. It wasn't like total burns, but just be wary of that. Don't go super high, because even if it's not burning you, you could wake up the next day like me and have grill marks on you. But I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope it gave you guys some information. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If y'all like what y'all saw, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I have so many more videos like this, and like skincare and health and makeup and all that kind of stuff coming for you guys. So definitely subscribe down below. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. And thank you guys so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.